You're gonna sit up nice and tall, shoulders down away from the ears. Take 3 nice deep breaths. Good, one more. Good, so let's dip that left ear towards the left shoulder. I have to say this one's definitely become my favourite neck one. Just lengthening the right side of the neck, keeping the face facing forwards. Letting those shoulders relax down, and then just turn the head to look at that shoulder. Good, gently inhale, bring it back up to the middle, and exhale, let's take it right ear to right shoulder. Again, just relaxing those shoulders, lengthening through the side of the neck. And then just tipping the head down to look towards that shoulder. Good, inhale, back up to the middle. Swap the legs round the other way. I'm going to reach up with the left. Try to get right out of that hip, and then opening up. Oh, I haven't muted you both. I need to mute you both, don't I? I think I can mute you from here. Can I mute you from here? Yes. Deb just muted herself. Good, and then exchange, sorry, reach up with the right, and then open up that right side. Good, back up to the middle. We are going to sit with our feet out in front of us this morning, and we're going to point those toes. So sitting up nice and tall, pulling up those kneecaps, pointing the toes. Good, we're going to inhale the arms up, exhale down through those shoulders, extending fingertip to fingertip. Good, sit the palms up, push the palms away from each other. I know they're quite samey, these ones, but they're so good for just getting some simple parts warmed up, stretched out. Palms down, reaching wrist from wrist. Really focusing on pointing those toes, pulling up those kneecaps, sitting up nice and tall. Good, let's make those fists. So we're going to stabilize the body. We're going to do 10 circles forwards, 10 circles backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, arms down. Let's flex those feet. Take a nice deep breath in. Take those arms up by the ears. And we're going to exhale, just coming forwards, keeping the hips, shoulders and hands in line as much as we can, which means there's very little forward movement. But really trying to keep that straight line. The arms get quite tight at the top, so really reach the arms away from you, make them very active. Breathing deep. Trying to lower the body. Keep those arms up. You're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Sit up straight, arms down. Whew, that's quite intense, that, isn't it? Okay, we're going to come sideways on the mat. Sorry, but onto knees. Just remember what I was going to do. We're going to do some beached whales to start off with to get into the spine today. We love beached whales. Let's just come down into child's pose. Do the breath after that last one. It's almost a whole body engagement, that last one, isn't it? Good. All right, so we're just going to look forward into the hands and spread those fingers to take the load. And you want the thumbs almost touching, but not quite. So the hands are slightly closer together than the shoulders. Good. All right, so we're going to inhale, lift with those shoulders, arch the spine upwards. Shoulders over the hands. Let's drop down between those arms. Nose along the mat. Good. Lower down. Just lift gently. In our beached whale. Good. And then down. We're going to try and lead up with those hips. So lead with the hips. Curve in the lower spine. Shoulders over elbows. Change that curve. And drop back down into our child's pose. Good. Next, inhale, up we come again, arching upwards, leading with those shoulders. Drop the nose to the mat, take it along, and up. Really good. Let's come back down, let's lead with those hips. Up and over, and curling and down. Good, that's 2. I think we're going to do 5, so let's come up. Down. And up again. Good. Down. Let's lead with the hips. Up and over. And down. Well done. 2 more to go. So leading up. Great articulation through the spine. That wave with the body. Down, lead up with the hips. I get that curve at the base of the spine, and then switch it back, tuck that tailbone under towards the end, and down. Good, we've got 1 more to go. So leading with those shoulders, arching upwards. Dropping down. Nose along the mat, lifting. Lovely. And then back down. Push up with those hips. Good. And resting in child's pose. Well done. Good. Let's come up onto knees then. Let's take out the left leg. Take it out that little bit further than you think you need to, making sure the toe and the knee are in line with each other. We're going to take a breath in, pull that belly button in, and as we exhale, we're just going to drop into that lunge. So opening up through that hip, we've worked the hips quite a lot this week. So just trying to stretch out those muscles. Take the shoulders up and back, just hold them back if you want to. Keeping them then down, so when you're squeezing them together, or you can take the hands behind if that helps. Just squeeze that bit more, so really opening up the front of the chest. Good, let's release that belly button, drop deeper into that lunge. Pull back in, squeezing that belly button to the spine. Good, let's see if we can drop the shoulders forwards. down towards the knee. You lift the arms a little bit behind you. Lovely. Good, challenging that balance. Okay, let's just take the arms down, then put them either side of that front foot. I'm going to turn that back toe under, lift that back knee, and let's take the hips backwards. So we're in almost triangle pose with the legs now. Straightening that front leg as best we can, just getting a stretch underneath that front leg. Push away through that back heel as well, trying to get a stretch down that back leg at the same time. Supporting with the arms. Good, let's bring that right hand nice and close to the left hand. If you can swap it over to the other side of, left foot. So you've got it either inside, or if you can take it outside that left foot. Right foot, left foot, I know, the front foot. Whichever one it is. Opposite hand and leg. If you've got that, can we lift? Woo. So it's more stable if it's on the inside of the foot. It's more of a challenge if it's on the outside of the foot. Keep your face downwards to keep that balance. It's a challenge. And lift that top arm. Whoa. Good. Let's put that down then, so we've got both hands either side of that front foot. Let's step it back into a plank. Fab. Hips to the sky. Take that into a downward dog. Just lengthening out those legs. And let's come up onto the toes, down onto the knees, and back into our child's pose. Good, okay, let's come up to kneeling at the back of the mat again, then we're going to swap sides. So we're taking the right leg out this time. Is that right? I have no idea. It's the opposite leg. Yeah, looks like the right leg to me. Good. Okay, we're going to take a breath in, pull that belly button in, and as we exhale, just drop into that lunge. Keeping the body upright, trying to keep those hips forwards. Doing that stretch opening on that left hip. And then let's take the shoulders up, round, back, squeezing them down, lengthening the neck, pulling those shoulder blades together. Good, let's release the core. Let's take that lunge a little bit deeper. And then let's pull that belly button back in. Good, still working those shoulders. Okay, let's take the body down towards the leg now, dropping those shoulders. And if you can, just lifting those arms a little bit. Good. Making sure we're still breathing. Fab. Release the arms, hands either side of that front leg. We did the balance first. I'm sure my brain's gone completely dead now. I think we did the balance and then lifted the back leg, didn't we? So bring that the left hand down towards the right foot. And let's lift that right arm up in a twist. Again, so keep the head looking focused on the floor to help with balance. Good, both hands down, tuck that back toe under, push away with that back leg, and then lift the hips to straighten the front leg. So we're almost in that triangle pose with our legs. Pushing away to that back heel, dropping the body towards the front leg. Good, let's put both hands down by that front leg, step back into that plank position. We're going to go through our plank, so we've got our hands closer than shoulders, elbows backwards, shoulders down away from the ears, pulling in the belly, tucking under the tailbone, pushing away through those heels. Let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips to the sky. Lovely, so into that downward dog, lengthening through those heels. Sitting bones up to the sky. Okay, let's lift the left leg nice and high. Keep those hips square to the ground. Really drop through the heel of the standing leg. Bend that left leg, bring it through, knee next to the hand, foot across the body. Let's come down into our pigeon. So hips square to the ground, coming forwards, stretching through that glute thigh. Let's breathe deep into the belly. Put pressure on that hip joint. And then as you exhale, it slowly softens and gently lowers. Just letting those muscles lengthen and extend. Again, we've done some heavy work on those hips. So let's just give it a little bit longer to get into those muscles. Get the blood in, get the oxygen in. Good. Hand either side of that knee. Let's bring just the body up if we can. And we're going to take round the right arm to start with, getting a twist in the body, really pulling that shoulder blade back, reaching the hand. If you can bring the foot up into the hand. Really keeping that right hip dropped and open to the ground. Good, foot down, hand down, let's take the left arm round. So really squeezing those shoulder blades down and together. Getting that twist in the torso. Again, you can bring the foot up if you want to. So not only then are you opening the front of that right hip, but you can use it to just get a bit more twist in the body. Good, and down. Let's put both hands down, back toes under, push all the way up and through. Nice and high with that left leg. And down. Good, let's lift the right leg. Nice and long in that standing left leg now, pushing down through that heel. Good, let's bend the right knee, bring it through on the ground, next to the hand, foot across the body, hips down square, and into that pigeon. So breathing deep down into the belly, feel the tension grow in the hip as you breathe in. And as you exhale, just let those muscle fibers relax, lose their tension. Keep that nice deep belly breathing going. Think of opening the blood vessels, letting the blood and the oxygen flow into those muscles. Good, hand either side of that knee, let's bring the body up. We'll take the left arm round first of all. Keep those hips square to the ground. If you want to bring that knee up, that's fine. Really squeeze that shoulder blade back and down. Try and keep the head nice and neutral so there's no strain on the neck. Good, and release. Let's take that right arm round. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Keep the shoulders down. Again, bring the foot up if you want to. You can use that leg to get more twist in the torso. Good, and down. Both hands down, tuck that back toe under. Strong in the arms, all the way up and through. Nice and high with that right leg. And down. Good, let's come up onto the toes, down onto the knees, and into our child's pose. Good, we're just going to lift the hips, tuck those toes underneath. Push back into our crouch. Lengthening through those Achilles. And we're just going to put the hands down in front of us. We're going to walk the hands out into a downward dog. Then bend those knees and walk the feet in underneath us. Hanging over those slightly bent legs. Letting all the tension go in the head, the neck and the shoulders. Come up to a half lift, lengthening out the spine. Back down over those slightly bent legs. We want to take the hands behind us. So grasp or clasp the hands behind you. Then just straighten the back to pull those shoulders back and down. And then just start to lift the arms. So squeezing the shoulder blades together. Just let the arms rise and drop. Keep breathing. Good. Drop those hands back down towards back of the waist to release the arms and bring them forwards and just let them hang. So completely ragdoll now, hanging over those slightly bent legs. You're going to take the hands to the back of the calves or the ankles, wherever you can reach. We're going to take a breath in, tuck the head in as tightly towards the legs as you can. And as you exhale, you're just going to lift the hips upwards. So keeping the head tucked in, just lengthening those legs, quite intense stretch through those hamstrings, the back of the knees, top of the calves. You're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Just drop those hips. Take the pressure off those legs. Going to do that one more time. So take a breath in. Hold the back of the legs. Tuck the head in nice and tight. And as you exhale, just focus on lifting the hips. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take the pressure off. Drop those hips again. Just hang, let all the tension go in the head, the neck and the shoulders. Good, let's come up to a half lift again. Really lengthening the spine out of those hips. Back down. And let's uncurve into standing. Okay, let's come into standing facing the front. So the outside of the feet parallel with the outside of the mat. Feet no wider than hip width apart. Let's go for our strong mountain pose. So tucking that tailbone under, pulling in the belly, shoulders over hips and heels, arms hanging at the sides of the body. Let's just check that. So let's scoop up, round, open those shoulders, release the arms hanging there down by the sides. Good, just lifting the arches of the feet, just enjoying that strong standing pose. Pulling up those kneecaps, tucking under that tailbone, dropping the shoulders. Good, we're going to take the weight onto the right foot, lifting the left, bringing the knee out wide into our tree. The foot should be above or below the knee. Mine's on the knee, I know it shouldn't be, but as long as there's no pressure on it, you're all right. Let's bring the hands into prayer. We need a fixed point of focus in the distance. Keeping pressure on the palms. We're going to take the hands up. Keeping pressure on, feeling the different muscles engaged through the chest and the shoulders. Keeping pressure on as long as you can. Reaching the arms up, good. And then let's take them wide for some balance. Now let's think of our posture again. So let's tuck that tailbone under. Push the hip out nice wide with that knee. Pulling in the belly, shoulders down away from the ears, head up nice and tall. Good, let's bring that right knee up in front of us. Nice and high. Let's flex the foot out, pulling the toes up towards you. Good, bring the knee back up again. Let's take the foot underneath us and behind us. Dropping the body forwards, taking the leg up and into an aeroplane. Good, let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back up. Knee up nice and high in front. Keeping the knee up high, let's take it out to the side. And down, well done. Good, arms down as well. Just give that standing leg a little bit of a shake. Really good. Okay, we're going to repeat it on the other side now. So let's get that nice, strong standing pose. So we're thinking of the feet, the arches, the kneecaps, the tailbone, the belly button, shoulders, the arms, and the head. Again, it's probably because of my bad shoulder. I just want to take those shoulders up, back, squeeze them together, pull them down, and then just let the arms hang. Good. So nice and strong, getting stable. Okay, we're going to take the weight across now to the left leg. Let's take that right knee out. Opening that hip, keeping the hips square to the front. Squeezing those glutes to give you the power. Let's bring the hands together to prayer. Fixed point of focus in the distance. Keep pressure on those palms. Let's take those palms upwards. So forces coming through the top of the shoulders to start with. Moving into the pecs as the arms go up. The back of the shoulders as it gets above the head. Good. Keep the pressure on, keep the pressure on. See if we can extend like we did in arrow, all the way, pressure on the hands. Good, and then let them come wide. Let's think of our posture. So strong in the foot, pulling up the kneecaps, squeezing the glutes, pulling in the belly. Keep that knee out nice and square. Dropping the shoulders, head up nice and tall. Fabulous. Okay, let's bring the knee round to the front, nice and high. Let's flex the foot out. Keep that point of focus. Good, bring the knee back high, foot underneath you, take it behind you, drop the body. Good. Let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's bring the body back up, leg underneath, knee nice and high. Keep breathing. Let's take the knee out wide to the side. Bring the knee back to the front. And down, arms down, well done. Shake out those legs. Really good. Okay, feet nice and wide, facing the front. We're going to turn out the left foot, keeping those heels in line. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down through those shoulders. Inhale the body over and exhale, take the body down. So gently soften that front knee, reaching that top arm up, pushing through the legs. You can come into the top hand. I think my dog's going mad. Must be a squirrel in the garden. They didn't know it was Pilates this morning. Good, hand down to the bottom hand. Let's take that twist through the torso. Closer the body is to the leg, the more of a twist you can get. Lovely stretch up the back of that front left leg. Good, both hands down to that leg, walk the arms up the leg, back up to the middle, bring those toes in, turn out the right toes, inhale the arms up, exhale down through the shoulders, inhale the body over, exhale take the body down. So pushing down with the feet and the legs, lifting out of the waist, reaching up with that top arm. Good, top arm down to the bottom arm, take that bottom shoulder round, lead with that shoulder. Body close to the leg, really get that stretch on the front leg, this time the right leg. Good, both hands down to that leg, walk up the leg. Let's come back into the middle, both feet facing forwards. We're going to take a nice breath in, keep those shoulders down, flat back. We're just going to come forwards from those hips. Get a chance to hang and stop in a minute. So come forward with a flat back as far as you can. And when you can't keep the flat back anymore, just let the back round and just hang over those legs. Just enjoying that stretch in the back of the legs, the inner thighs. Let all the tension go in the head, the neck and the shoulders. Good, hands down in the middle, feet across to one side. Come to sitting on this side, and then let's just turn around into sitting, feet and hands in front of us. So sitting up nice and tall, feet and knees hip width apart, hands under those thighs for support. We're just going to arch the spine, curling and laying it down onto the mat. Articulated through it quite a lot today, so it should be nice and warmed up. I'm going to leave it. It'll go away. Okay, so lying down, let's just do a whole body stretch. Take those arms up and over. Yeah, you see, they did want to leave a message. Good, let's relax from that. Bring those knees in, squeeze them in nice and tight. Let's take the right leg out for a hover, pointing the toe, pulling up the kneecap, squeezing the glute. Let's take the left leg up, take a breath in, and as we exhale, let's just come up that left leg. You should notice the difference because we're doing this towards the end rather than normally we do it towards the beginning. You should feel nice and easy to stretch out that hamstring. Good, let's flex the foot, really pulling those toes towards you. Good, head and shoulders down, bring those knees back in. Let's do the same on the other side. So left leg out, point, pull up the kneecap, squeeze the glute, right leg straighten, inhale, exhale, come up that right leg. Easing that muscle through. Really extending it. Still working that left leg. Flexing those toes now. Bringing the toes down towards you. Good, head and shoulders down, hug those knees in again. We're going to take the feet up above us, arms up over the head. Take a breath in, pull in those lower abdominals. As we exhale, hands, head and shoulders off the mat, hands down towards the hips. Lower the legs, sensing that spine. Keeping those abdominals, controlling the pull. Good, once you're stable, we'll beat the arms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good, just keep the arms going. Just really focus on those lower abdominals. Pulling them in, holding that back secure. Good. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Rolling back down, hugging those knees in nice and tight. Breathing deeply, getting that breath back. Let's just drop the knees wide. That inner thigh stretch. Just letting those hips relax. A little bit of pressure with the hands, but try not to fight it. Stay there if that's enough for you. If you want a little bit more, reach down and grab the feet. Pull the feet together and push those knees out wide. So as you pull the feet towards you, push the knees out. Good. Release the feet. Hug those knees back in. Squeeze them in. Okay, we're going to put the feet on the ground, nice and close to the glutes. If you need to, you can shuffle a bit closer to them. Feet and knees should be hip width apart. We're going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we're just going to lift those hips up. So squeezing the glutes, looking for a straight line from shoulders through hips to heels. Lift the head, make sure there's no stress or strain through the neck and the shoulders. Sorry, the neck and the head, it should all be in the shoulders. Good, we're just going to squeeze those glutes now for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Release down to the ground. Hug those knees back in. Then let's take the feet out. Arms up above the head into a whole body stretch. So pointing the toes, pulling up the kneecaps, squeezing the glutes, pulling in the belly, reaching those arms. Shallow breathing under that pressure. Good, and then just relax, release, let go. Let the feet turn out wide. Arms down by the sides, palms facing upwards. So slowing the breathing down. Make sure we shift to that nice deep belly breathing, feeling the abdominals rise as we breathe in. And full, squeezing the belly in as we exhale. Just go through all the points of contact we've got with the ground. So we're going to start with the heels, and the calves, glutes and the hips, upper back and shoulders, back of the head, and coming back to the shoulders, down to the elbows, the forearms, back of the hands. Just try and make sure that the pressure is even across all of those points of contact. I want to shift a head or a hip, an elbow or a shoulder. I'm just going to mention some parts of the body, and I just want you to take your focus to that part of the body as I mention it. You don't need to dwell on it, move it or clench it, but just follow it with your mind. So we're going to start with the right thumb, forefinger, right middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, right elbow, right shoulder, the right shoulder blade, the right side of the rib cage, the waist, the right hip, top of the right leg, the right knee, lower half of the right leg, the right heel. The arch of the right foot. Big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. The right little toe. The left thumb. The left forefinger. The left middle finger. The left ring finger. The little finger. Palm of the left hand. Back of the left hand. The wrist. The elbow. The left shoulder. The left shoulder blade. Left side of the rib cage. The waist. The left hip. The left upper leg. The knee. The lower leg. The heel. Arch of the left foot. The big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Little toe. Come up to the back of the head, touching the mat. Just soften the forehead. Release the jaw and the tongue. Okay, let's wriggle the fingers and toes. Get some blood back into them. Bring the feet in together, knees up. Use the weight of those knees to roll you onto your side. And when you're ready, come up into sitting. Sitting up nice and tall. Take that breath in, reaching up with the arms. And down.